Okay, so at the end of our first video, we had just finished talking about slope. So to kind of recap that, because slope is kind of a weird concept, so here's what we did to find slope. First, we picked out 2 points that have whole number x values and whole number y values. And the reason for that is just because it makes it a lot easier to look and see how far up or down you have to go and how far left or right you have to go. So first thing you need to do is pick 2 points with whole number x and y values. So I picked this point and this point. And on this graph, these faint lines in the background show halfway points. So like here's 0, this would be 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, just to kind of explain what those are. So once you've picked your 2 good points that you're going to use, you need to figure out, do you have to go up in the positive direction or down in the negative direction if you were to travel from the left point to the right point? In this case, we had to go up. So we had to go up a half, 1 unit, 1.5, 2 units. So we had to go up 2 units. So up 2 is our top number. And then after going up 2 units, you then need to think, do you need to go left in the positive direction or, left in the negative direction or right in the positive direction? So if we were to go left, we would just get farther away from our graph. So you have to go right to get to this other point. And you have to go right 1 whole unit. So we're going right 1. So since we're going up 2, up means we're going positive. So we have a positive 2 on top. And so since we're going right 1, right also gives us a positive number. So we just have a positive 1 on the bottom. And then always try to reduce your fraction. So instead of writing this 2 over 1, you need to think, can I make this simpler with a whole number or with smaller numbers or anything like that? And I thought to myself, 2 divided by 1 is just 2. So I'm using my slope as positive 2. So the main things to take away is that you have to travel from the left point to the right point, and you need to think about, are you picking points with whole number x and y values? So that's how we find slope. So we found our y-intercept and we found our slope. So then, and actually I'm going to write slope with the same color. So now that we found our y-intercept and our slope, we need to write it in this slope-intercept form of this equation. So the outline or the standard equation for slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. When we're working with linear equations, your y-intercept is the same thing as b, and your slope is the same thing as m. So we have something to replace b, we have something to replace m, but we don't have anything to replace the y equals, and we don't have anything to replace the x. So whenever you are writing out your slope-intercept form equation, just know that you will always have a y equals, we have to replace the m, and you will always have the x, no matter what. So in this case, m is going to be replaced, right? We had m here plus b. Make this blue. Make our b orange. So for our equation, we can replace our m with our 2. So we're going to make this 2. And then since we found that b equals negative 2, or our y-intercept is negative 2, we're going to replace the b and the plus in this case, because we don't have a positive b, we have a negative b because it's negative 2. So this is going to be our final equation. Y equals 2x minus 2. So y equals the slope times x, and then plus or minus whatever your y-intercept is. So we have y equals 2, which was our slope. X stays the same no matter what equation you have. And then the minus 2 came from our y-intercept.